is that there has to be a proper greeting for Nino. And so what does that mean, he asks? You know what that means? It means that the sound that we heard earlier this morning involving stuff overseas, we hit it again. There we go. All right. So now the breaking news sounder finally circled back through. Nino has breaking news. So hit me.
Hello, America. We are back. Nino Torres is back behind the mic on GOLTV this weekend with the Primera Liga. Yes, I leave the free agency and now I'm back with GOLTV. It's been the longest couple of weeks of my life. I have no idea what was going to happen with me. I have no idea what was going to do. And then everything happened so fast, so quick, and it was amazing. I was shocked by the way, John, because the news when they said they were shutting down the operation in Peru, say, well, I apologize, guys. It's just, I know it's a late notice, but Saturday is your last game. What?
Mm-mm.
Oh boy! So all right, everybody, just do the farewell thing and then everything else. But then Sunday was all quiet, because we got no games. You don't go into the station. And on Monday morning, it was Monday afternoon. After I was all my LinkedIn profiles going, Indeed, everything, everywhere, right? I got a phone call, right? I actually got a WhatsApp. Hey, Nino, can I talk to you? Was this guy the manager from GOLTV? I was like, yeah, of course you can. And he called me, hey, Nino, I'm sorry, this business decisions. We got to do what we got to do. We're shrinking the operation, but how about you? You want to talk? You want to work for us directly? No third party involved? Yeah. Okay. So let's figure things out. Let's get it going, and we're gonna get you back as soon as possible because we love you and we need you. So, yeah, we're back.
The man
is my God, man.
He's back.
So we just got now the man. And it was crazy because we gotta order all the equipments, right, for the transmissions. We got all figured out. We got everything coming. We were missing one piece of equipment, and we got the last preview yesterday, right? But the night before, the suppliers were like, "Oh, we're not coming. We don't have the thing that you need." What? So I don't know how many phone calls I made, but I think like 10, 15 calls around the city. And with my buddies here working on TV, hey, I need this piece of equipment. Do you have it? No, where can I get it? So I went to downtown Lima, which is ridiculously crazy go to downtown Lima. And I went to like several different stores, got the equipment, get it going, send the approval, and we got it done. We got it done, and we're ready to go on air on Saturday morning with Moreirense versus Casapia. So I don't know what you got to do at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, but you better put on your fanatics because they're going to be on, buddy.
See, there we go. And that it was, the fact that you are now like GOLTV Direct. I mean, that the tie is there. There's no more third parties. You're having conversations with the bosses. It's like, okay, it's 1-to-1. It's A to B. It's not like hearing things third party. You are locked in direct, and we could not be happier because I know that it was it was a rough go for a little bit. But no, we wanted to lead off the segment with letting everybody know that you better get your Fanatis back if you don't have it, because our boy Nico is back on GOLTV. And so we love it. We love you. And we couldn't be happier that you are locked in specific with all of that. I know that this morning we're talking Libertadores and Sudamericana. And actually, we led off opening kickoff that we traditionally do in hour number one. We kind of lead the show off with like an item that's a little off center.
Right.
We led with Dibu Martinez slapping the camera, and Jarrett, who is 8 feet 2 inches tall, does that for a living, or as part of his living. So our man Jarrett, who is part of the La Familia.
All right.
He does this for a living for American television. He does that as a part of his thing on weekends, where he has that big camera on the sidelines. He'll shoot American football for you. And I wanted to get his perspective on when an individual decides that they're mad and they want to sit there and open hand slap a 6-figure piece of equipment. It's something you don't do. And Colombia and the press organization is requesting that a rather hefty penalty be weighed on Dibu Martinez for open hand slapping a camera. And you look at the standings and you're sitting there going, yeah, I know why they're saying, because Colombia is only a couple points behind, and it's like, gee, I wonder why they're saying it. But Argentina has lost 2 in a row, man.
You said 2 in a row, right? But they, you know how many games they lost in the last 3 years or 4 years? 3.
2? I was gonna say 2.
Yeah, 3 games in 3 years. So that's how many games they lost. And Rodrigo de Paul was talking to the media saying that, right? But they were so calm. They were so relaxed with the loss, because they know that the best goddamn team in the planet, man. And if you win, you beat me, okay, it's all right. We're gonna go 15 rounds. We're gonna beat you 14 times. I give you that one. All right. So chill, people. Argentina, world champions, Copa America champions. Yeah, we'll take that hit. We'll take it. We're gonna shake it up a little bit, and we're gonna keep going and destroy whoever is next on these CONMEBOL qualifiers. By the way, there's shifting powers, man. Shifting powers in CONMEBOL right now. Things are going. It's just insane seeing Brazil in that position. Never in my life have seen Brazil in that position on the table in CONMEBOL, ever. And that goes back a little bit to what we were saying, the lack of leadership, the lack of a quarterback on the pitch. You got all these talks from Rodrigo, from Vini Jr., and that's exactly what I was expecting from them. Being like kind of like spoiled brats. Yeah, they're playing Real Madrid. We won the I don't know how many Champions Leagues, right? And we're gonna get it back, but it's not the message. That's not a leadership message. Still no leadership in that team, and I don't know. I mean, they're gonna qualify for the World Cup. That's no doubt, all right, because they're Brazil. They're gonna beat Venezuela. They're gonna beat us. They're gonna beat us. We're going to Brazil next round, so they're gonna make enough points to qualify. But I think they're gonna be fourth. They're gonna be fourth on this run. In fourth place is blasphemy, man. It's an intense impact on all the Brazilian population and all the media. I don't want to be Dorival Jr. right now, man. I don't Jr. right now, because it's the land of Pelé, of that guy, the land of the samba. It's going through a crisis. This is a crisis, probably the deepest crisis that we've seen from Brazil. No Ginga, no Jogo Bonito, no dominance. They're not almighty right now. There's nothing almighty about Brazil and these CONMEBOL qualifiers, man.
When was the last time you ever heard a Brazilian player apologize to fans about their play?
World Cup 2014.
Okay.
The 7-1 when they lost to Germany I remember Felipe Luis. I remember everyone apologizing. I mean, Felipe Luis actually apologized to the fans on the stands right there as soon as the game was over, and they were so sorry for that. That's the last time, and we're talking about 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
In a World Cup final, not in qualifying, where you are gripping right now.
Right? Ever. In CONMEBOL qualifiers,
yeah.
Brazil looks everyone over the shoulder with a reason. Now they don't have a reason. I mean, they might have the players, but it's not enough. It's not enough. In CONMEBOL, this is the toughest conference in the planet, and it's proved one more time why. 16 years, man. 16 years per wide without beating Brazil, man. First time in 16 years.
It stuns me how far Brazil has fallen, and you have the talent that's on the field, but the managers that they have, they don't have the wherewithal. They don't have it. There's no it from the manager. And it's just when you got a team that is grinding and fouling and pulling jerseys and trying to goad folks into yellow cards, it is instead of what we're used to seeing. I mean, it is 180 degrees and it's an ugly watch.
It is. And I got some facts for you for this debacle of Brazil.
All wow, right? He used the word debacle. Wow.
Yes, because it is, man.
No denying.
I got these facts that I saw the other day on X. After the exit of Qatar a couple of years ago, we're talking about 2022. All right,
right.
For the second time in history, they drew with Venezuela in the World Cup qualifiers. They lost to Uruguay for the first time in 22 years. For the first time ever, they lost to Colombia. Ever. They lost to Colombia in qualifiers. They lost to Argentina. And for the first time ever, they lost at home for the World Cup qualifiers. We're talking about first time ever. So this never happened before, man. Never happened before. Okay? What else we got? First time in 16 years with Paraguay, and they lost 4 of the last 5. There's one more too. They haven't qualified to the first Olympics in 20 years, losing to Argentina. First time Brazil was not in the Olympics in soccer. Are you kidding me? That's why I use that word, man, because it is. And the thing is, there's no signs of improvement. Who's gonna come here to save them? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be still ugly. And of course, then Vinicius Jr. said that. Mark my words. Save this tweet. Save this, because we are gonna win the finals of the World Cup in 2026. But if you if you do that, I don't.
Here's what you do. So if they win, if they win the World Cup final here in 2026, here's what you do. You come on our air wearing a Vinicius Jr. national team jersey on the air.
Song. And I apologize with my banner. Said, I'm sorry, Vinny. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what you do. You got an I'm sorry, Vinny banner behind you, and you wear a Vinicius Jr. national team jersey on our air for that segment.
I'm gonna wear a fake earring too, but I'm not gonna do an earring, but a fake one.
Fake one. Like the little hook that just kind of hangs in there that makes you look like a fake pirate.
Yeah.
No, but and to be perfectly honest, I don't quite think that you're gonna that we're going to that bet will be collected upon. I don't quite think that we're going to see Vinicius Jr. with what he said, but it was a crazy round just in general last time out. And I mean, this was 2 days ago where Paraguay beats Brazil. They were a plus 670. They were a plus 670. Paraguay was. Brazil was a minus 204 in that match. Venezuela and Uruguay, goalless draw. Bolivia at a plus 1,200 beat Chile in Chile.
Oh my God, those Bolivian boys that put money on their team, they're woo.
And then Ecuador to minus 254, minus 256 beat Peru 1-0. And then Colombia, who was a slight favorite, they were a slight home favorite, got the 2-1 win against Argentina. So you mentioned where things currently are in the standings, and we mentioned the whole Emi Martinez thing where Argentina is 2 points ahead of who? Colombia. Yeah. So 8 matches down. So we're almost to the halfway point. Argentina 2 points ahead of Colombia. Uruguay is at 15 points. They've drawn their last 2, but they're still humming right along. Ecuador, even with the 3-point deduction, they are in 4th right now. At 11 points, they're in 4th. Brazil, who's lost 4 of 5. You stare at that and you're going, what in the blue is? You've lost 4 of 5 in qualifying in CONMEBOL. What in the blue-ish is going on with you people? And then two goals ahead of Venezuela in goal difference, tied at 10. Then Paraguay and Bolivia is another part of the mess. Bolivia is scoring goals, but they're also giving them up more. And they're 4 goals behind Paraguay in goal difference. And then obviously Chile and Peru are 9 and 10. But it's interesting, we talk about the folks that are getting in and then the fight to qualify. And it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 is where we are now heading into this next round, getting to the halfway point. It is 2 groups, but it's an interesting 2 groups.
Yes. And the thing is Bolivia just completely changed the game here. Bolivia doesn't get back-to-back victories since the almighty Echeverri in 94. All right. Since then, they never got back-to-back victories. We're talking about 30 years ago that this is the first time they got back-to-back victories in the World Qualifier. So that 14 tournament that we're playing at the bottom of the table is getting, I'm not going to say out of reach because and I'm going to be, I'm optimistic here, right? But I'm also realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's 10 games, man. It's 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
30 points. And of course, we already did the math here, all right? So this is what we basically need to qualify for the and of course, among other results, right? It's not going to be just us because we don't depend on ourselves to get into that number 7 spot that give us the chance to play the playoffs. Okay. Right now we are 0-3-5. Okay. We got an 0-3-5 record. So we need a 4-8-6. 4-8-6 to qualify. That means we gotta win 4. We gotta lose only 1. That's the one in Brazil. And then we're gonna 4 victories and 6, right? 4.
Yes, so 4-1-1. So you're looking at 13.
4-1-1.
13 points.
Yeah. That's what we need to qualify. So, woo! Raise yourselves, people. And of course, in Peru, the people, man, we're so crazy, and we're so mad. This is what I don't understand, right? There's just a lot of media, a lot of people in the media here Peruvian media, right? Not international media. I haven't heard this from international media.
Right.
Complaining because we didn't have a plan B for this game. What are you talking about, man? Because they complaining that but we use players that they used to play in the altitude, right? Like Piero Quispe, like JP Archimbo, people that plays in the altitude on the regular basis. We got 4 of those, so we use all 4 because it makes sense, right? You gotta go to Quito and you gotta use the players that they get used to the altitude.
It's like going to Denver twice, man.
Yes, twice.
You go to Denver and then you go to Denver.
Yeah, they got another Denver on top of Denver, man. Double stack Denver. Double high, my high. And the people is complaining because Santiago Ormeño plays, by the way, I don't like Ormeño. Okay, I think he's way too slow. He's too tall. He's like a center from the NBA playing soccer, man. Okay, he's not national team worthy. That's my opinion. Okay, and they used him in the end for like 20 minutes. Didn't work out, but what impresses me the most is that we went for a spectacular game against Colombia because we were really good against Colombia, right? Everybody played 7 points and above. And then we went to Quito and everybody plays 5 points. They give me 5 point performances all over the place. Why is that? That's what I don't understand. How can you change the game so much in 5 days? That's what I don't get it. I understand it's the altitude, but we won in the altitude before. In order to qualify to the World Cup in 2018, we did lose in La Paz, and we won in Quito. So it's doable. You just gotta be. I mean, I really don't know what's going on with the mentality of the Peruvian players, because right after the game, they got interviews, and there are a lot of reporters that they got like a beef with players, right? Because it's the other way around. The players had beef with it with the reporters because they criticize him. Boy, if you're playing bad, I'm gonna say you're playing bad.
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell you? Oh, no. And they were like, oh, I was not going to give you that interview. And then you said that you were so negative. You should trust. You should back us up. No, we're not backing you up when you're playing bad. When you play good, of course, I'm going to say, oh, great job. But when you play bad, what are you going to tell you?
You're playing like Ish. I think I'm going to say something nice.
Exactly. No way. No, that's not our job. I'll do my job. You do yours, man. Okay? But there's a lot of entitlement from these players. And none of these players, excuse me, but you haven't won anything special. You won the Ballon d'Or, you won Champions League, you won, no, none of that. So even if that was the case, right, it's not acceptable, their behavior. But they're playing a little bit on the tournament, and I think the coach needs to talk to them. Oh, well, coach can say anything because he's been an ass lately too. And so,
all right. So another couple of minutes with our buddy Nino Torres. GOLTV's Nino Torres. Yes. I can say that. It is GOLTV's Nino Torres. Let's flip the script to Libertadores.
Yes, sir.
And so 3 of the matches in the final 8 will have been played by the time you circle back this time next week. Flamengo and Peñarol will still be on the table. We will know 3 of the final 4, at least the first steps in that. Colo-Colo and River Plate. River Plate is favored on the road at a plus 147. Fluminense and Atletico. Fluminense favored at home. Botafogo on the minus side, favored at home with our boy Thiago Almada. And taking on Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is a big underdog, the biggest underdog on the board of those 3 at a plus 354. When you look at Colo-Colo, River Plate, Fluminense, Atleti, and Botafogo, Sao Paulo, what sticks in your head?
I want to tell you this, right? They are talking, they're preparing everything in Buenos Aires with CONMEBOL to use River Plate Stadium for the finals of the Copa Libertadores. All right. Alejandro Dominguez is already talking with Chiquitapia. Chiquitapia is, the president of the AFA. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, right? You know where I'm going with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Colo Colo, Arturo Vidal says something bad about the Argentinian head coach, which is Ricardo Areca.
Vidal's got to worry about his haircut more than anything, man.
Right. I know. So I think that even though River Plate is not playing great, the Gallardo came back. They got El Huevo Acuña. They got the champion, world champion players on the roster now. The team as a whole is not being the machine that they were expecting to be when the return of Gallardo, right? Because now, the Michelis is watching the River Plate's performances and like, all right, you see, it was not me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it was not me. All right. The team still having issues with attack. They haven't been able to score more than 2 goals in the last 5 rounds. And it's not there. It's not there. You have a heavy hitter on top. You have issues with the outback. So it's gonna be a war in Santiago. It's gonna be a war in Santiago, Colo Colo, and River Plate. I'm expecting that. But in the second leg, you're gonna pay close attention to this game because I'm not gonna. It's something is cooking. All right, and I don't know. Just watch again. If there, I'm gonna make sure that I can put money down that it's gonna be controversies.
Whoa!
That second leg. It's
Okay.
gonna be controversies in that second leg. I don't know much in Santiago. Maybe yes, here and there, but in Buenos Aires, second leg at the Monumental, and you want to see your team hosting the Copa Libertadores finals at your stadium, right? All right. Okay. All right. Enough said about that. Now we're going to the Brazilians. The Brazilians, I love to, I think the most interesting matchup here is Flamengo Peñarol.
Okay.
Flamengo Peñarol is going to be the most exciting series of all these ones, of all of them. All right. Just keep an eye on that because Peñarol, they're battling to return to the Final Four for the first time since 2011. When they played Neymar Santos, and I think they got the power now. They got the power, they got the players, they got the coach to make an upset here, to create an upset here versus the almighty Flamengo. I think it's going to be the closest and most exciting matchup of all.
All right. So you have said what you have said. We will come back and revisit it once again when you come back this same time next week. Well, minus 31 minutes because of how the world rotates and everything. So what's your rundown for GOLTV this weekend? What are you calling?
Oh, Primera Liga, man. We're calling Casa Pia Moreirense. We got Benfica's game. We got the Porto game. We got the Braga game. We got the big three because Sporting plays tomorrow. We don't have that game because it was too close. But I would have it too. I would have the big four of Portugal. I got the big three, but I'm excited to be back, man.
3 of the big 4 in Portugal, GOLTV, and you get it at Fanatis, fntz.co/soccer down here. It helps out us. It lets you see Nico. It lets you hear Nico. It lets you find out about
Nino
Nico is next.
Nico's coming next.
Nico's coming next. So the entire Nino experience. I'm gonna hit the rewind button. The entire Nino experience at GOLTV, fntz.co/soccer down here helps us out, helps out Fanatis, and you get to hear and see our man Nino in all of his glory. We are glad. We could not be happier that you are rocking it at GOLTV. No middleman, no nothing. It is you and GOLTV. Good to see you, my brother. We will catch up next week. We will talk stuff. Be safe. Have great calls and keep an eye on the pipe.
Yes, sir. I got my honey, everything here, man.
And could not be happier for you, my friend. Be safe, and we'll catch up with you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me, John. See you next week, guys.
You got it. That's Nino. And if I could get my head out of my butt, I would say that it's Nino on a regular basis. But no, it's great. That's great news because it was it was it was dicey. It sucked, but now that things are back the way the earth is rotating as it should. The earth is rotating as it should because and I mean this in all honesty. When you go and watch GOLTV, one of the voices the entire time that you gravitate toward is Nino. Literally, if you drop in, even before Nino started hanging out with us on Thursdays, you would go watch GOLTV, and one of the instant voices that you would gravitate toward is Nino because of his style and how he calls things and how Nino doesn't suffer fools and doesn't take any ish. And he'll call folks out on the field. He'll be calling a match. Somebody falls down and flops. He's not going to take any of that crap. That it's a fun listen. And you get to gravitate to a place like GOLTV because of voices like Nino. And now that he is back there, FT full time, not PT part time, none of that. It is FT. He is on the starting 11 for GOLTV, brother. He is the point of the spear. He is the striker for GOLTV. Unless he likes to think of himself maybe as a winger or maybe the attacking midfielder. I don't know. But no, he is one of the seminal voices of the sport. And to be able to have him with us to talk about things in the soccer over there context and talk about South America, talk about Europe, talk about all the programming that GOLTV has and the context that he can bring to it. We are truly blessed to be able to have him and to kind of shoot the breeze with him every Thursday when he can come and hang out with us and let us know what is going on in his brain to bring the perspectives that he has. But if you've never watched GOLTV, first time you click on, you hear Nino and you're stuck. You're stuck listening because of how he calls things and his style and his personality and all that kind of stuff. So we're blessed to have him. It's cool to have him back there, FT, as a part of the starting 11 at GOLTV. So very, very cool that that has officially happened. We wanted to break that news. Nino wanted to break that news on with us. He's like, yeah, man, I got stuff I want to talk about, but I want to break the news. I want to break the news here. So news is broken. He is FT. He is starting 11 at GOLTV. And you can catch it at Fanatis, fntz.co/soccer down here. You can catch up with him all weekend long. Well, when you're not focused on Atlanta United or anything like that, because we you got to stick with the home crowd. But no, anytime you want to go full junkie alert and catch up with stuff around the planet, you catch up with Nino. There you go. What to watch, where to watch it before Nico Moreno joins us coming up. We're going to talk about everything going on in Major League Soccer and let you know what he thinks about what happened in the 4-0 win, about Wilfred Nancy, Caleb Porter. We'll get ready for the weekend, play a little cliffhanger, get ready for all of the activity on the weekend there with Nico Moreno as he joins us probably on his third cup of coffee. What to watch? Paramount Plus has League Two, Harrogate Town and Doncaster Rovers. You want to talk true junkie, 3 o'clock. FS2's got the Women's World Cup, big win for the U.S. in the U20s last night, 97th minute goal from someone local, Cambridge High, and Florida State got the goal 97th minute, so they advance. North Korea, Austria at 5:30, Germany, Argentina is at 9, Fox Soccer Plus, Germany, Argentina at 5:30, and France and the Netherlands at 9. Paramount Plus has Hull City and Sheffield United in the English Championship at 3. So it's a pretty easy day to break down everything. And you know what this means? Last half hour of the show on a Thursday means that we gravitate from being live in Peru here to Office HD to a man who's probably on his second or third cup of coffee. And we're gonna do that because we got a fancy open that we have to play to make sure that he is gassed up and ready to go. It's time to catch up with our man, Nico Moreno. Thursdays with Nico. Here we go with the fancy open. Beat 2, 3, 4. How are you, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, John? SDH family, everybody in the East Coast, West Coast, wherever you're at, listening, watching. Thank you for being on. Excited.
Yeah.
It's been a good week. We
Mhm.
had a little international play. We had some interesting MLS games, to say the least. So
Mhm.
I'm ready to go, baby.
Yeah. All right. So, how many cups of coffee? Which cup of coffee are we on?
Numero dos. We are. This is the second one. This is actually my smaller one. I had a 20 ounce before this. This is
What?
my 12 ounce. So yeah, we're ready to go.
All right. So he's on the small. He's on the 12 and the 16 OZ this morning for his second cup. I know there's a lot of different ways that we can go, and what I wanted to uh talk about a little bit is, and I'm doing this on purpose because Nino, you know how Nino is about his man Raul Ruidiaz, and the article came out where you had and Sounder at heart because you were holding back because you didn't know if it was going to pass by the editors and standards and practices and make sure that everything was there. Raul Ruidiaz not returning to Seattle in 25. And Nino, he's like, Nino, he's like, is there any chance? And you broke it all down at Sounder at heart. And fine, I'm going crosstalk. Nino's still hanging out in the green room. Here we go. All right. Lay it all out there, Nino. I know that you're I know you're fired up about it. Go ahead and lay it all out. We'll get the Raul Ruidiaz talk going to start things off. Nino, go.
We're getting Raul back to Universitario de Deportes. Yes, sir, in 2025. Might not be the scenario, might not be the 100-year anniversary of my beloved Universitario de Deportes, but Raul, La Pulga will be back. We'll be back. And thank you, Nico. I backed you up on X, man. You know, I fought so many people on X because of Nico, because they were calling him names. They were calling, hey, you should trust other sources. Why? You're not the only one with the sources. And you should, what are you talking about, man? Direct source, man. Direct, he talks to a GM. I don't care about your sources that you don't mention. We got the GM saying that he's not going anywhere now, but now for the next year, it's a different story.
I'm just
And
going to
we're most likely going to have our guy back here to romper las redes in Peru in Liga Uno.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a bit of a novela. You know, it was so many things, so many people saying things over there in Peru. I did get called out of names. People didn't believe, and the guy they're saying, I have forty
Whoa.
thousand followers and all this stuff. And look, you could have whatever you want, but I'm just giving you the information that I have. And yeah, now that we are down to the weeds of what's going on. I mean, there is clearly a way that now Universitario can get Raul Ruidiaz, and part of that article said it depends what he wants, right? If he wants the glory of once again being the face of a franchise, if he wants the love of a fan base that would welcome him with open arms, and that's something that, yeah, the Libertadores, everything, right? And I think what I try to get out of the article is that that's maybe something that he needs, right, at this point of his career, what he struggled with the Sounders, what he hasn't been able to be the protagonist. But I also did say that there's going to be a lot of offers out there, including Mexico, MLS. I wouldn't be surprised if China, Saudi Arabia. I think that there's going to be a lot of bidders for Raul Ruidiaz.
If we gotta talk to the Peruvian National Bank, we'll do it, man. We'll do it. Get a holding from Qatar or something, man. We gotta get a Qatari, a Heike or something. Give me that money. We're gonna pull the back, man.
All right. So, all right, you two kids, I want to break you two up because we got other stuff to talk about. But I had to get the Peruvian conversation in here about Raul Ruidiaz. Once again, go back to drinking your tea there, Nino. Okay, and I know that Nino will probably want to come back in if there's something else. He'll wave frantically. So go back.
Yeah, but what I will say is that it's definitely in the consideration. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out. Hopefully, he stays healthy. I think that's number one. He had some issues in his knees. He didn't travel to Columbus. He was back full in training this week. So hopefully everything stays in the best possible way for him in order to move on to his next chapter of his career.
All right, go back to
Please
drinking.
keep up.
Go back to drinking your tea. You got a big weekend of Portuguese league to call, so get back in.
Yeah.
Get back.
Bye, Nino. Take care, my friend.
All right. So, all right.